afternoon. My name is Marcus Evans, um, and today I would like to discuss the topic or talk about the topic of the coffee culture of the Pacific Northwest. As we all know, that coffee is a big part of our culture in the Pacific Northwest, but we don't. A lot of us don't know a lot of the background or a lot of the information about this culture. So let's dive a little bit deeper into it. So first, on that note, let's get into the roots of coffee in the Pacific Northwest. And the roots of coffee in the Pacific Northwest can be traced back to its role in shaping the region's coffee culture. You can trace it back as early as the 18th century. Then is when the United States saw a significant rise in coffee popularity after the Boston Tea Party. And that was leading to the widespread availability of coffee by the 1900s. The Pacific Northwest has been at the forefront of global coffee culture since the early 1900s, with Oregon and Washington playing a key role in the waves of coffee's innovation and cultural consumer shifts. It's amazing to see how the roots of the Pacific Northwest coffee culture has developed the modern coffee culture today as it stands. Uh, Especially since the early 1900s, the Pacific Northwest has been at the forefront of global coffee culture, with the region's coffee shops and roasters playing a significant role in shaping the industry. The Pacific Northwest coffee culture is deeply ingrained in the region's identity, with coffee shops and roasters often prioritizing ethical sourcing and sustainability. This commitment to quality and social responsibility has helped the Pacific Northwest establish itself as a global coffee hub with a diverse range of coffee options and a strong community of coffee enthusiasts. There are many factors that played significant parts in the Pacific Northwest becoming be a global hub for this coffee culture. And there are even some small subtle ways, subtleties also. According to the Coffee Pulse, like over the past decade, Washington State has seen a steady increase in transplants, between 38,000 to 98,000 newcomers arriving each year. Um, the reason that this is significant is because these migrants come for various reasons, such as natural beauty or tech jobs. But often they notice drive-through espresso stands on the highways and parking lots. These small temporary coffee shops, often positioned in small corners or parking lots or next to gas stations. They're very popular attraction amongst for newcomers. Despite their small size, these temporary establishments are significant. They are a significant part of the local economy. Now, espresso stands, which have become a staple in the Pacific Northwest, have gained popularity due to their unique blend of coffee culture, car culture, weather, and convenience. The first drive-through coffee shop in the U.S. was Portland's Motor Mocha, which opened in 1990. However, the appeal of getting a little coffee treat without leaving your car endured, and it led to the rise of espresso stands all across the nation and even the world. So that just goes to show you how it was birthed here and it became a hub and had its influence globally. Um, and it's very interesting to
Hi,
find
my
out.
name's Matthew. I'm going to be going over the coffee culture here in the Pacific Northwest. Um, the Pacific Northwest coffee culture kind of began from deep historic roots that ultimately moved into a global, influential movement that was shaped by craftsmanship, sustainability, and the lifestyle that was influenced by the region's climate. I kind of want to go over the history as well, starting off. According to HistoryLink, small cafes and roasteries were already established by the 1800s. So by the time that Starbucks was founded in 1971, they were already on like a coffee culture type thing, uh, an already established coffee culture. This is an older photo of cafes and roasteries. The next part I want to get into is the big boom in the 1990s from the Seattle and Portland. According to the Eater magazine, Seattle popularized the modern espresso, and Portland kind of brought on this third wave, of a coffee movement which focused on craft, origin, and artistry. And here I'm going to show you another part. There's the espresso, the first Starbucks up here, and then just a busy cafe in Seattle. The third part I want to go over is kind of the sustainability aspect. According to OPB, the roasters like Stumptown and Olympia Coffee kind of brought this next wave of direct trade that showed like kind of like the direct trade and sustainability, where they used more of like reusable mugs or compostable cups. Lighter roasts were also another thing that they brought in. Things like that. I just want to show reusable mug from a local coffee shop here, showing like a lighter roast and showing like the direct trade aspect of it all. And then the last part I want to go over is kind of just the general vibe of coffee shops around here in the Pacific Northwest. This is according to Wildcalf Coffee, where the coffee culture kind of functions as a second home, or I guess cafes in general just function as a second home in the Pacific Northwest, where people often go to study or meet friends or kind of have like a connection there. And coffee here is tied to comfort and kind of just like connecting with each other. And there's always like a good vibe when you enter a coffee shop. So this is a local coffee shop here in Washington. This is Anthem Coffee. And then these two photos here are from Campfire Coffee in downtown Tacoma. So yeah.